You've seen the TikToks about drop shipping, right? The screenshots of Shopify dashboards, the quit your job headlines, the promise that it's easy. Yeah. See, what they don't tell you is that you'll probably spend weeks building a store, hundreds on Facebook ads, and still be waiting for that first sale. But here's the truth. There's a simpler and faster business model that I and hundreds of others use to make more than most drop shippers without ads, inventory, or the tech headaches. It's called the secondhand clothing business. And in the next few minutes, I'll show you how it works, why it beats drop shipping, Amazon FBA, and even AI automation agencies, if I'm being honest. And how one of my students landed his first load in just 7 days after starting. But before I show you exactly what he did, you need to understand the biggest mistake that keeps most people stuck chasing hard business models, while the easiest one is hiding in plain sight. So here's the problem with 99% of the make money online world. Dropshipping looks easy until you realize that you're fighting algorithms, ad bans, and refund requests. Amazon FBA, you'll sink thousands into inventory and storage before your first profit. And AI automation agencies sound futuristic, but most beginners can't even explain what they're selling. Now, what if I told you that while everyone's running to chase the next shiny thing, there's a business that uses zero ads, zero products, zero risk, and yet still pays more than most 9-to-5 jobs? In fact, you could close your first deal before a dropshipper even launches their first store. I'll show you exactly how that works in a second. But first, let's map it out so you can see just how simple it is. See, every business has three moving parts: your destination, your vehicle, and your route. The destination is your goal. The vehicle is how you get there. And the route is how you find your first deal. But don't skim past this, because most people pick the wrong vehicle and burn out before they even reach their goal. Let me prove it. Walking is going to get you there eventually. But if you ride a bike, it gets you there faster. Now, a bike beats walking, but a motorcycle beats a bike. A car beats the motorcycle, but a jet beats them all. See, the destination doesn't really change, but the vehicle determines how fast you can get there and how much energy you have left when you do. Before I give you the numbers, I want to show you the jet of business models, the one-person secondhand clothing business. Once you see this, you'll realize how slow you've been moving. So obviously the vehicle is a secondhand clothing brokerage. And here's how it works. You buy low and you sell high. You buy excess donations from private nonprofits and you sell them to textile recyclers who buy them by the truckload. You don't sort, you don't wash, you don't store anything at all. You just connect both sides and then you get to keep the difference. Now, skeptics always ask, if it's that easy, why don't thrift stores just sell to recyclers directly? Now, that's a fair question. So let me answer it before we go any further. There's usually one of four reasons why. One, they don't know. Many thrift stores don't realize that the recyclers buy excess donations by the truckload. Two, they don't know how. So even if they know, they have no idea how to find buyers or how to structure. Three, they're frustrated. Some already sell, but they hate their current recycler, either because they're always late for pickups or they're offering them low prices. And lastly, they need more buyers. Some have more donations than one recycler can handle. So they want new partners to balance the volume and pricing. And that is where you step in, right? You connect them to the recycler gets the inventory, and you get to keep the difference in the middle. And just to show you how powerful that middle is, let's put some real numbers to it. So let's say you buy a truckload of credentials. That's untouched donations from a nonprofit for 25 cents a pound. That truck weighs around 43,000 pounds. You sell it to a recycler for 40 cents a pound. That's a 15 cents difference, right? So you multiply 43,000 pounds by 15 cents, that's $6,450 profit on one deal. You didn't buy ads, you didn't build a store, you just made more money than most people make in a month. And you made it from just one deal. Maybe still sounds too good to be true. So let me show you what happened when one of my students, Jake, did it himself. This is Jake. He joined my community with no experience, just his phone and his laptop. In his first 7 days, he found a collector selling rags at 13 cents a pound. And he lined up 3 recyclers who wanted them. And he was already negotiating his first load at 18 cents a pound. 7 days. No ads, no inventory, no website. Just following the steps I teach to find supply and buyers fast. That's the power of this business. It gets you to profit faster than dropshipping ever could. And you don't need money out of your pocket to start. Now, I'll tell you why it works this fast and why it's one of the few business models that actually scales with less effort the bigger it gets. Hear me out. Reason number one is speed to cash. With drop shipping, you wait for customers. With this business, you're selling to other businesses that are already buying. They pay you before the truck even leaves the warehouse. Reason number two, simplicity. You only do 2 things. You find supply and you find buyers. No product research, no ad testing, no refunds. Reason number 3, predictability. Nonprofits always get donations. Recyclers always need inventory. It's the most reliable supply chain you can ever step into. Reason number 4, profit margins. You're not making $5 per sale like an e-com store. You're making thousands per sale. Once you close your first deal, you can scale without hiring anyone. Your supplier keeps getting new donations. Your buyer keeps needing more loads. So you just rinse and repeat again and again. When that happens, you'll understand why I call this the easiest one-person business model in the world. But before you run off and start calling thrift stores, there's one line you need to avoid saying because it kills the deal before it even starts. You see, the mistake that most beginners make when they try to start is saying, "Hey, I'm a broker looking to buy your clothes." That one sentence destroys trust instantly. It makes you sound like a middleman they can't rely on. If you want to know exactly what to say, instead, word for word, so you never blow a deal, then I need you to watch this next video. That is where I break down my full story, how I got started, and the exact conversational scripts I use to turn calls into cash. It should be linked in the description as well. So go ahead and click it and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.